Hi there guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jake, this is Charlie here for another reaction, and today we're reacting to Doctor Who Season 4 Episode 8.
I was testing you. It's 9, and that's a magic number.
Now Charlie, what happened in the last episode?
Oh, I don't know.
It was 2 days ago.
The library.
It was 2 days ago.
It was the library, which is it's like inside this little girl's mind, sort of.
Or so you think,
yeah,
who knows?
so they're picturing it in the first episode.
Who knows?
The Doctor is with this group that went on an expedition.
That's what you're looking for.
To the library because it was shut down
For 100 years.
400 years. Nevada.
Vashta,
Nevada.
What? Vashta, Nevada.
Nevada. That's what I said, no? Vashta, Nevada.
Vashta, Nevada. No, hold on. Vashta, Nevada.
Vashta, Nevada.
Yeah.
No, not Nevada.
Yeah, not Nevada. Not Nevada, USA. Yeah, so the flesh-eating piranhas of the air that live in the shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the people on the group has met the Doctor before, but in the future. So he hasn't met her yet, but she's met him.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember her name?
Sergeant.
Sergeant? Close with a title.
Doctor.
Close.
Sir?
No. Close with a title.
It is
Think
a
more.
title, yeah.
Think more of a.
Something Potts.
No Potts. What? All right. Think more. In education.
Senorita.
What? How have you fucked up with that?
Miss.
How have you gone for Senorita before Professor?
Oh, Professor.
How? How's Senorita?
I don't know, it just popped in my head because I
How's
thought
that
of
in education?
like Senor. I don't know why I thought of Senor either.
What? That's just Mr. and Mrs. or Miss in Spanish.
Professor Potts.
No. Professor River Song, archaeologist.
Yes.
How could you forget a name like River Song? It is a fucking great name. It's a lovely name.
I prefer Professor Potts.
Got hair on your face.
Did I miss it? Oh, no.
No, it's just... It looks great already. Anyway, yeah. So Professor Riversong, he's sorry, I meant to say he's not met her yet. That's what I actually meant to say. So you jumped the gun there, you bitch. Anyway, so he's not met her yet, but she's met him, and there's history there on one side.
Yeah.
And where is Donna? Exactly. Well, what was the last time we saw Donna as?
The information stand thing.
A statue with a face.
Yeah.
Okay, and now they're being chased around by...
the captain.
Dave.
He's dead.
Dave,
Dave,
yeah. It wasn't regular Dave or original Dave. Proper Dave, that was it. Yeah, proper Dave was Dave. They put the suit on. They've obviously then got inside the suit. They've ate him alive, and now he's going, "Hey, who turned out the lights?" And then walking around as a skeleton swarm in a suit. And then that's how it ended. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you really enjoyed that episode. I really enjoyed that episode, and we're now jumping into part 2. You excited?
Yeah.
Any predictions?
Rose will come back.
Okay, other than Rose coming back, I think out of the 20-ish episodes we've watched since Rose left, you've probably made that prediction about 17 times, and each time you're wrong. Other than the episodes when she has appeared.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Other than that, no,
just the things that I said last episode.
I can't remember what you said
At the end about something like this girl is in a book.
Oh, that was it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Well, we'll just, rather than waste any more time, let's jump into this. So we hope that he enjoys this episode. Hope you enjoy this reaction. And if you do, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. That would be superb. But other than that, see you on the other side. Actually, I went to the gym yesterday and today, and that fucking hurt.
What you lift? 5 kg.
5 sandwiches.
Who was that? Oh my god. I knew it.
Donna?
Did you? Or did you
I
start to
know,
think it
that's
was
why I
Rose a
looked-
little bit?
No, I thought it was Donna.
The blue box, time and space.
How did we get here? You said river, and suddenly we're feeding ducks.
Dr. Moon! Hello.
Oh, you've got a bit of a stammer there. Bless. Oh, skip to a vowel there, easy. How do we leave? Gorgeous. And can't speak a word. What am I going to do with you?
Welcome home, Mrs. Oops, sorry. Mrs. Angelo's... And then you forgot.
Dr. Moon. Oh, hello. Shall I make you a cup of tea?
How you doing so far?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Right, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Any thoughts so far?
No.
Okay, cool.
Well, a lot. But
A lot.
no.
Yeah. Trying to gauge a reaction out of you since the last one. You were like,
Yeah.
all the way through.
I'm so fixated.
Who's got a chicken leg? Thanks, babe.
Just carries that around.
just carries a drumstick in his fucking in his jacket pocket.
You say he's your friend, but he doesn't even know who you are. Listen, Holly.
Shut up, you.
I trust that man to the end of the universe. And actually, we've been.
Did you notice the subtle little music after she said, "And we've been to the end of the universe"?
No.
You didn't. I think you didn't know it was like that. So you know the sort of the na 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 na, and it goes. Oh, that's how to explain. I'll just, you know what? Rather than sing, I'm going to let him do it again. I really like the subtlety that Murray Gold does sometimes.
And actually, we've been.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometime in the future, I just give you my screwdriver.
I didn't pluck it from your cold, dead hands, if that's what you're worried about.
And I...
Dear God, you're hard work, young.
Yeah, who are you? Oh, for heaven's sake! And you're just squabbling like an old married couple.
I'm really very sorry. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
What do you think she said?
A realistic answer?
Go on, realistic, then fun answer. Because that bit always makes me a little bit emotional. Not gonna lie.
Probably something about like his planet dying or his family or something specific that not
Okay.
many people would know.
Okay. Funny one?
I don't think it is funny.
Okay. I think she was like, Rose is never going to appear this season. That's what I think she said.
And it wasn't funny.
Strong signal coming from somewhere, and it wasn't there before. So
That just kind of snapped him back into it as well.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Exactly that. He knows how serious the game is now.
It's getting dark.
it's a screwdriver. It works in the dark.
It's not real. It was built as part of the library. It's just a Doctor Moon.
What's a Doctor Moon?
A virus checker.
On the way, man.
Being blocked, Professor. It's important.
She's got two shadows, she's crying.
I have two shadows. Helmets on everyone.
Kill her.
Meter, I'll get
You
I was
gotta
about-
get her gone now.
I was about to say, they weren't that far away from her before, then all of a sudden the camera just pans and everyone's a
Yeah.
fucking mile away. Did you clock on to what kind of moon that was?
Like a 3/4 moon?
No, but do you not remember what you said? It was built as part of the library. It's just a
Yeah.
what?
A Doctor Moon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the way, man.
being blocked, Professor.
Do you know what that means?
No.
It's important.
Okay.
Is that like a thing in real life?
What is the name of the doctor? Not this doctor. Donna's doctor.
Doctor Moon. Jesus Christ.
Shadows.
5 people still alive in this room. Why are there 6?
Hey, who turned out the
She's just shitting herself.
Yeah, she is hooked. Or maybe not.
What's a stutter?
Some people can get past those
Did you
when
see
it comes
Dr.
to
Moon?
not therapy. Well, sometimes therapy. It's I think it actually is considered therapy. You can actually get past those. A lot of people can. A lot of people. You might have met people that speak. I don't want to say normal, but someone that hasn't got a stutter. But it's because they've gone through therapy to actually treat it. But in certain stages in their life, in like stages that could shock them or make them emotional, they can revert back to their old ways, and the stutter does come back. If he stutters in the next line, I'm going to be raging.
Why was he here?
Is that a letter?
It's midnight.
Hold on, they went to bed at midnight and they've got 2 kids. They're going to be shattered.
Meet me at your usual play park.
Wouldn't really want to meet up with that mysterious figure.
Possibly. I mean, would you willingly go see that?
No, I was just saying I wouldn't, but
What?
I feel like it's going to help her out.
Yes.
How do you know me?
We met before, in the library. You were kind to me. I hope now to return that kindness.
Your voice.
I am what is left of Miss Evangelista.
We're going to see if you work that out.
Yeah,
Yeah. You laughing at that?
the way they're running, yeah.
He's just sprinting ahead and they're just jogging.
Of course you did. Of course you came here.
We come from here.
From
It
here.
was like they're made here.
Hatched here.
You're not in a forest, you're in a library. There are no trees in a...
You should go. Doctor!
Books.
Ah, the page.
Over the books.
There it is. I was wondering if you had caught on before he did.
Microspores and a million.
Around the same time.
Books.
You should go. Doctor!
Has he been caught, the other guy? Because he keeps repeating the same thing.
Is he?
You should go, doctor.
Million books.
I feel like he said that before.
Go. Doctor!
You caught on before the doctor this time. Did you think I was believable with that as well?
No, I felt like
Oh,
you were
fuck
tricking-
you, I was
felt
good.
like, yeah, you were good, but I just knew. That I knew I wasn't wrong.
To see the lie.
What lie?
The children. Look at the children.
I was the same.
Why'd you wear that veil?
Do you see it now? They're all the same. All the
Did you
children
just
of
guess
this
that, or
world,
did you
same
recognise
boy
they
and
were in the same
I
place?
recognised it in that little split shot.
Yeah.
Stop it! Why are you wearing that veil?
It's like a Snapchat filter.
Yeah, you're right.
He came when I called, just like he always does. But not my doctor. I've seen whole armies turn and run away. His TARDIS, and open the doors with a snap of his fingers. Next stop everywhere.
Spoilers. Nobody can open a TARDIS by snapping their fingers. I am the Doctor.
Yeah, someday. Where's other Dave?
Not coming, sorry.
Oh,
That was a bit.
that was
harsh.
that was blunt.
Why haven't...
Can I get you anything?
An old age would be nice. Anything... And then she whispered a word in your ear, and you did. What did she say?
He's not going to
Give
say,
it
is he?
a break. Your secrets are safe with me.
It didn't mean saved. It meant... It literally meant... Saved!
On the like hard drive or something.
What happened to your face?
Cyberspace.
No, don't tell! You mustn't tell!
See? There it is. Right there. Where to go? They're stuck in the system, waiting to be sent. Like email. What does a computer always do?
It saved them.
But why is he making them?
Alive.
What were you gonna say?
I was going to say why they're making them live alive then.
It's probably better than the truth. Do you think a lot of people? Because again, it's still
But it might
still
turn-
their consciousness, isn't it? So do you think a lot of people would be cool with the fact that they're saved in a computer whilst for 100 years.
Waiting to be saved.
But then again, if their consciousness is still there, that would probably drive people insane. And again...
And you can't kill yourself.
No, because you're not in physical form. I mean, you could try real hard if you want to, but... Okay.
Doesn't seem too bad to me.
That's not too bad.
If my face ends up on one of those statues, remember the statue. This isn't my real body. But I've been dieting.
What is that? This entire...
Stop it!
Sweetie, what's wrong?
So the child's evil in the end.
Does that look evil to you?
Yeah.
Shooting your father? Do we not wish to do that every day?
Where are we going?
This kid's real good at crying.
That was quick.
Gravity platform.
But I like you.
Oh, you do.
Mummy, you're hurting my hand. You don't when you close your eyes, will you just stop?
That's traumatizing as shit.
I was just thinking...
The data cord.
What?
I understand that.
What?
But I was just thinking to myself whether at that point when my kids are turned into thin air, would I snap out of it and be like, well, this isn't real. I need to get my act together.
Yeah, I guess so. But at the same time, she's still... There's a conflict within herself, isn't it?
You're thinking...
Still, because again, she still feels like she's had those kids. They're hers and lived with them. So it's real fucked up.
Yeah, it is. It
Yeah.
is. Yeah, no, it is. You're right.
Please, help me.
So she's
Help me.
Cal. She's the
Help
computer.
me.
She's the main computer.
Computer.
And it's like malfunctioning.
Computers don't dream. But little girls do.
Please.
Charlotte Abigail Lux, my grandfather's youngest daughter. She was dying. We built her a library and put her living mind inside. He asked only that she...
What?
It's nice. The thought is nice, but it's a bit sick.
Why?
She's just gonna be living forever in a book.
No, she's not living the book.
No, but yeah, you just said any
Book for her to read, to live, to experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she could live in any book.
Not live in any book, but
Like-
have any... She can live... She basically can live through
The
the
Roman
history
times.
by reading books.
Yeah.
Because all the books are backed up to the mainframe.
Yeah.
So...
And she's the brain of a computer. I don't know. I think that is a bit sick.
I wouldn't say sick. It's very complicated. I wouldn't say it's sick.
It's yeah, no, I think you just gotta let her go.
Just put her down. Is that what you're trying to say?
Let her pass when the time comes, is what I was saying. Even though she was a young child.
Okay, true. But for anyone else out there, he hasn't got kids, I haven't got kids. I think I'm slightly more ahead of him mentally, shockingly, due to the many years on him. But those who have kids, would you not do anything to save your child?
Yeah, but then they're gonna outlast me forever.
But they won't know
that's
you.
Sick.
But they don't know that the child doesn't know anything other than the story.
But that child isn't living a life. It's pretending to live a life.
It's pretending to live a life, not better than losing your life.
No. Because it's forever.
Exactly.
That's not...
Exactly.
That's not... I don't know. That doesn't sit right with me. I don't
That's
like
fine. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I'm okay with it.
Like, if I was dying...
I'd put you down.
Okay. Right. But that's all. I wouldn't want to be put in something like...
Oh, you
so I could
wouldn't?
live
Oh, right. I'll do
forever.
the opposite then. I'll make you live forever.
Hers was only half a life, of course, but his forever.
And then the shadows came. But over 4,000 living minds chatting away inside her head. It must be like being, well, me. So before you say anything else, Professor, can I just mention in passing as you're here? Shut up.
I hate you sometimes! Miss Deluxe, with me. Anita, if he dies, I'll kill him!
She looked a bit roboty
think
there.
they're just gonna let us go?
She's
So
alright.
they're gonna get... She was brave, even when she was crying, and she never gave in, and you ate her.
Well done,
Just
good
as long as you
shout.
let them pass.
So the reason why they're better, remember, he taught them how to actually speak. So he
Right.
said to them, it'll keep reaching, you'll keep come naturally. So they went from not being able to just repeating to them actually going, these are our forests, that sort of thing, to then actually being able to hold a conversation.
Right.
So, yeah.
I did think she was.
You did
looking a bit
mention.
weird.
I was like, oh, I was actually a little bit sort of. I didn't. When that happened, I was like, oh, motherfucker! Threw me off completely.
I'm the Doctor, and you're in the biggest library in the universe. Look me up.
That is
Yeah.
aura.
You have
Yeah.
one day.
Exudes it.
One day. It's quite a while now.
I'm sorry.
Surely it's not a 3-parter.
If only, eh? If only. Do you know what I felt like there? You know the bit when in spoiler alert in Endgame when they're sort of like trying to work out who's in charge of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's Thor and Star-Lord, and like everyone knows who's in charge here.
Oh.
And it's like me. It's like, of course, of course, of course.
Of course. Of course. Of course.
That's what it felt like there. Yeah, 3-part. 3.
You can't.
What?
Out cold.
I'm not allowed to have a career, I suppose.
Why do you even have handcuffs?
Spoilers.
Stop this.
You wouldn't have a chance, and neither do I. This means you've always known how I was going to die. All the time we've been together, you knew I was coming here. The last time I saw you, you turned up on my doorstep with a new haircut and a suit. You took me to Darillium to see the Singing Towers. The towers sang, and you cried. You even gave me your screwdriver. That should have been a clue. There's nothing you can do. Let me do this! If you die here, it'll mean I've never met you.
Time can be rewritten.
Not those times. Not one line. Don't you dare. You and me. Time and space. You watch us run.
Whether you know my name, you whispered my name in my ear.
9.
There's only one reason I would ever tell anyone my name. There's only one time I could.
Hush now. Spoilers. 2.
Am I real?
Of course you're real. I know you're real. I promise you I'll find you!
4,022 people saved.
Well, he didn't.
It's another gif that's used of David Tennant just constantly looking sad.
I suppose he could have had a different name out here, but he wasn't real, was he?
That's fucked.
Gorgeous, adores me, and hardly able to speak a word. What's that say about me?
Everything. Sorry, did I say everything? I meant to say nothing. I was aiming for nothing. I said...
Is all right special Time Lord code for really not all right? Because I'm all right too.
It's a traumatizing episode for,
Yeah,
for
for-
both of them. For everyone.
No, just step off the platform!
It's horrible, isn't it?
Jesus Christ.
Moffat was a real bastard this episode. But before we go any further, let's just sit in this moment, right? So, River.
She acted the fuck out of that.
She was outstanding. Alex Kingston. Unreal. Lee. You know,
Yeah.
remember with his stutter?
Yeah.
He said sometimes he can come back. He might have always been there before the sort of whole
Yeah.
virtual reality thing, but it was there in the end. But yeah, no, Donna had the perfect man, and he couldn't share her name because of his fucking stutter.
Ah, so annoying.
Yep.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Come on.
Well,
Next chapter's this way.
He's just leaving it there.
it's not his Sonic anymore. He
When
gave
you
it to
run
her.
with the Doctor,
But how's he going to give it to her again?
He hasn't given it to her yet.
Yeah.
So he's given it to her. So once he gave it to her, that Sonic's no longer his. So he currently still has his Sonic. That's her Sonic. That's future his Sonic. So he's still on his way to giving her that Sonic. But
so he's just going to be Sonicless at a point.
Possibly.
Beren turned dark if he ever, for one moment, accepts it.
Why? What he did was give her a screwdriver. Why would I do that? I'm very good.
What have you done?
Saved her. Come on, you and me, one last run.
That's dramatic as shit.
Everybody knows that everybody dies.
I don't know if he's going to make it. Like, he might be a prick. Okay.
Not today.
For heaven's sake. He just can't do it, can he?
Proper Dave looks like a thumb.
That impossible man.
So she's living forever. He's not going to do it. He hasn't reached that status yet.
Just couldn't shut your fucking mouth, could you? Couldn't give it a second.
A long while.
Donna just
Every
opened
day
it
in
for
a
him.
million days,
Then ran back real quick.
Yeah.
And the Doctor.
Okay, I don't have an explanation for that.
Rose and and Mickey were on the other side. See, so
Fake
Donna's
kids
children,
again.
Donna's children, and Cal.
Sweet dreams, everyone.
I just couldn't do that. It's like I know you don't know it's a fake life.
You don't
but
know.
If
So hold
I
on.
knew, if I knew that was, I don't know.
Hold on. So, have you watched The Matrix yet?
Let's watch some of it.
Oh my god, what a film! So you got the blue pill and the red pill.
Yeah.
So the idea is that you take, I can't remember which one is which now, but I'll probably mix it up some other. But one pill is that you stay in the world in which that's being created around you and live your life that you wish to live your life.
The
And
blue
then,
pill is to stay.
and then the red pill is then to come out into the real world. Would you then go out into the real world?
Oh, I thought the red pill was so go and live in this Matrix shit or go back to the real world.
Yeah. So the Matrix is the.
Do I know how I'm doing in the real world?
No, you don't know.
So I could go from being like sick in the Matrix to being a loser in the real world.
Yeah, that's the risk.
That's different though.
Yeah. No, it's the same thing, isn't it? Kind of in this.
If you told me that if I take the blue pill, I go back to the real world, but I'm dead and I've been living a lie in the red pill.
Yeah.
And then the red pill, I'm going to live a lie for the rest of my life for eternity. I take the blue pill.
I take eternity.
No.
I take eternity because I don't think eternity when you're. I think when you are a computer with all that sort of things like that, whether how it's set up with all humanity around you with data core, etc. I think you'd be eternity would not feel like eternity because you have human history, you have history passing you by at all times, giving you new things to live as it goes. Whereas I think if you were just a human in a human's body living for eternity, that's completely different. And I think it kind of helps that she's a child as well, because I think a human adult would have more sort of wants and needs and desires and thoughts of emancipation and stuff like that. Whereas a child's probably like, I get to play with my friends, get to read books, this is great.
Oh, I was talking about...
What?
River.
Oh, holy fuck! How have you got a name?
Yeah, River. I was speaking about River.
Oh, right, her. Well, at least her. Yeah, I mean,
The kids, I can look past that. Because it's a kid.
okay.
But
See,
as an adult, I wouldn't want that.
I mean, on some level, maybe at some level that might change, but as in not for you, but also for her. But who knows? But yeah. And that was our reaction to Doctor Who Season 4, Episode
9.
Charlie, you look like you've been in deep thought in the space of 10 seconds between us finishing that.
Yeah.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I was just thinking about everything we're going to have to go over.
Yeah. So I want to quickly stick with this. I want to quickly talk about this because it just hit me there again. Kind of like, you remember... Okay, it might be a Moffat thing now that I think about it. Do you remember at the end of Blink when I was like... I didn't like how he was like, show the Doctor talk and blink again and then showing all the statues.
Yeah.
And then it sort of zooms out. That I was like, I think they could have ended it more subtle.
Right.
I feel like Moffat, in this situation, he should have ended it when the Doctor clicked his fingers.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a perfect ending. Perfect.
I think so as well.
And the doors to close. Like, she could have started talking at different points. Maybe. So she still got to say her whole spiel.
Yeah.
But the whole sweet dreams, everyone thinks, I don't like that bit, but I think that the perfect ending would have been doors closing.
Yeah. But did the doors close before or after we saw her saved?
Yeah, so it showed her saved. So it showed her saved.
She saw her
and
all her mates.
all her mates, and then it then turned to then, then she started saying how like, oh god, what was she saying? I've completely lost it. But yeah, she then after doing a little speech.
Yeah, I think I would agree. Leave it on the snapping.
I think so. Yeah, so I'm glad we kind of agree on that because for me, I just think that maybe it might be a Moffat thing where I think he puts things a little bit too further than he needs to. I think personally, maybe in written format it seems better, but in visually, I think that would have been such a great ending. Don't get me wrong. Again, keep what River's saying as it's happening. Maybe bring it up a little before when she's all hugging her friends and stuff like that. She can then start to do the voiceover then, so then you still get the minus the sweet dreams everyone thing, and just the kicking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's something I wanted to get off my chest there. So overall thoughts on this episode?
There's overall thoughts great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just there's been so much in the last like 10-20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think back to the beginning.
Yeah.
So
the beginning was shit, how do you
Ray good.
Oh yeah, squaring his gun and get through the wall, and then
Donna.
Cut to Donna in the thing. So I think basically let's talk. Let's focus on Donna at the moment. I think because Donna and Lee. Again, Catherine Tate in this series just does before this. Like I said to you, she was a comedy actress. I thought nothing of it. Catherine Tate this series, season 4 of Doctor Who, is just for me magnificent because throughout that, like again, she just is so captivating, funny, quick with the quips and stuff like that. I love that. But when she has to act the shit out of a scene, she will. And I really felt her. You see it in the subtlety of her sort of being like starting to pick up, that what's going on here.
Yeah.
To then obviously then like her loving her children and stuff like that, and her husband. Then obviously the children disappearing in front of her.
Yeah.
That again.
Yeah, that was.
Now I don't think Catherine Tate had kids at that time, but I can imagine. I think she has kids now. I'm fairly certain she does, but I'd imagine that's a hugely harrowing experience. But yeah, what did you think of Donna in this sort of dream sequence thing going on?
I think she was doing really well. Now, like considering everything, like everything is going against her to forget everything in the real life and live this lie.
Yeah,
but her brain just wouldn't stop and kept on thinking like, oh blah blah blah, oh blah blah blah. And you can see after she comes out and has that memory and remembers all this, but everyone else is like, whoa, what happened?
Yeah, yeah,
Where
yeah.
am I? What is this? So I think she was really strong-minded.
I think
to keep that.
Yeah, she's a very strong-minded person. Again, she's very strong-minded. Donna Noble is, but what I will say is, what I think again, like the Doctor says, is that when you, I think he says it by this point. I hope we're not spoilers, but I think he says that you're a time traveler now. No, I am. It's a line from the future. Sorry, but when you travel with the Doctor, like time and works out differently. It's different for you. So I think that again, her being strong-minded is that, but also I think her being a part of understanding time and space and how these things weird things can happen. I think that's why she was able to pick up on stuff like other people weren't, and then also still retain some memories. So, what do you think of Miss Evangelista's flip face?
I'd say that was
very hot.
Only downfall of this episode.
That's.
It just looked a bit weird, funny.
It was funny. It was like a House of Mirrors sort of funny. Like like that sort of like a Snapchat film. Yeah. Sort of. It did look again of its time. I'd say 2008 on a BBC budget. It's going to have a bit of a But I think at the time when we saw it, I was like, fucking hell! Like, I was like that, you know. Poor Lee. Let's focus on Lee having a stutter, and the stutter's what made him not get Donna.
That's really sad.
That's so sad, so sad. That is so Moffat as well. That's so just sort of like you think you're sad, take that as well, you pricks. I think you're right. You could have stepped off the platform, and that's been like sort of. I've thought that for years. It's like step off the motherfucking platform. So yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, that was really bad. Well,
yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like I don't know.
Nothing else to say. No.
I was going to like justify it and say, oh, you need a bit of sadness, but I think
No.
already enough.
There was. You didn't have to do that.
No,
but yeah,
you should have just left it at he wasn't real. But no, he had to dig.
That's. I mean, even at that point, you said like something. That's so bad. I feel that's horrible. And then it turns out he was real, but he couldn't shout out after because of his stutter, and that makes it so much worse. Okay, the Vashta Narada being born in the library took you a while to catch on. Well, say no. So it took you the same amount of time as the Doctor did, basically.
I thought in my head before I said it out loud.
Because there's no proof of that. So, but yeah. What do you think of Vashta Narada then?
No, it was a good
great concept.
Yeah, very good. It wasn't sort of. It wasn't the main motive.
Yeah.
You kind of get what I mean, but like it was a big part, but they weren't focusing on it completely.
Yeah, because they were focusing on everything.
There's so much things going on.
Yeah.
This, but yeah, it was done perfectly. I think.
I mean, again, because I think that they did well because there's only kind of so much you can do with only so much. Someone might say no, but only so much you can do with
nothing.
With what?
Nothing.
Oh well, that. But also as in with shadows, like people go, we watch out for the shadows, or else we're gonna get eaten, and then it just becomes repetitive. Yeah. So what he's done well is that he's then gone, all right, cool. Let's give them a motive where he's gonna pick up these Vashta Narada's gonna pick off people as we go, but also use their suit as a sort of a container almost to move and chase after them. So some might think, well, surely the shadows are quicker, especially with the fact it's getting darker. But I don't know. I just think
I think it moves perfectly.
It moves perfectly. Yeah. 10 out of 10 movements.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I really like it, and I will say, without giving spoil, I really like at the fact that it's again a new concept for Moffat, but also it's like it's one of those ones that feels one and done. Like you're happy with that and go, what else really could you do with that?
No, nothing.
No.
I think it was nothing to be added. Nothing to that's it.
Yeah. I mean, it's so good at the concept of it. What do you think of the? What do you think of Proper Dave, Another Dave being taken? What do you think of the thumb getting killed? He had a huge neck. It was scarily big.
He was taken last episode. Anyway.
Yeah, no, yeah. But I didn't realise his neck until when he was walking in. Maybe it's the white... no, that was it, because he had the thing on around his neck. That's why he never saw it.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I never saw it. That's why it's throwing me up a little bit.
I know, it was sad.
Yeah. Oh, and also Anita. Anita was probably more of the sadder ones. Well, the others
I
was...
didn't really like her.
I think you didn't really like her from the last episode, but once you saw her sort of like going along with it, and sort of
that was only because she was scared.
Yeah, but I guess then she started to listen to Donna. I guess more not Donna, sorry, River, and be like starting to trust the Doctor because why would she put her trust in someone she doesn't know? But she has to rely on River Song. So, but I think the Nia one is sad again. A little bit again. I was when I was watching. I was like, oh my god, they got her. So good on you for noticing the change in her voice. And the sort of like maybe I should be saying the stance, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. Okay, what do you think of? Okay, subtle things as well. I like it as well. I don't know about yourself. Again, the idea that it's a Doctor Moon, and they call him Doctor Moon as well. I think that again, such a little.
I didn't even notice.
You didn't notice because I didn't notice, and I knew that it wouldn't be one of those ones that you would notice when you didn't pick up on it. I was like, he's going to do exactly what I did and not correlate between that one-off sort of thing and then Doctor Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I said it. If people are there like, oh, why'd you say it? It's because I did the exact same thing and then I did the exact same thing the multiple times afterwards when I watched it. And it wasn't until about watching it probably for the 50th time I was like, oh shit, Doctor Moon! So it happens, alright, guys? Yeah. I love that sort of like little things like that. That's just sprinkled in. What do you think of? Again, we've spoken a bit about the concept of Cal, where Sherlock. So I don't want to dwell on that too much. But again, the idea that it was that at the heart of it all was that it was about a father. I think Harry's asking about Lanzarote stuff. So it was a father who didn't want his daughter to die. And then what he's done is that he's built an entire world around it, and built the biggest library in the world just to keep them at peace and keep them happy. I mean, I think
quite nice.
It is. I know you're thinking the morality of it all is a little bit. It's a bit sort of, but morally,
no, it is nice.
But it's nice. It's what if you give, like I said, any parents a chance to be able to go, right, your child dies, or hear me out. They can live forever and they won't really notice it. And it's like, well, yeah, let's go for that. But yeah, so Steve Pembroke, right? He's the one that plays Lux, Mr. Lux. Yeah. He writes Inside Number 9. Now, in case anyone is like, oh, Inside Number 9. I've watched X amount of the series and I've stopped now. My partner's carried on because Alana introduced me to it. And if you get the chance to watch Inside Number 9, I would suggest watching and see how far you get. Because for me, it's still good, the episodes, but after a while it's a bit sort of, oh. But when I tell you, their idea is to go, a lot of us be like, right, we're going to make some fucked up shit. Just you watch. And that's basically, it's a show where its idea is that it's supposed to be, you're supposed to try to work out what the mystery, not mystery, what's the word I'm looking for? It's different genres sometimes. And it's called Inside Number 9, and somehow, what it is, they're just able to fit the number 9 into the episode. That's basically how it works. And then it's just real fucked up episodes. Carol, when I was working, our cousin, Carol, when we were working together on a job once, he basically explained an entire episode to me. So then when I watched it, I was like, hold on, I've seen this show. And I was like, have you? And I was like, yes. She was like, what happens next? I was like, I don't know what happens next, but blah, blah, blah. She was like, so, yeah, so...
And then when did you cop on that Carol told you?
But again, I didn't realise until afterwards. So I was like, where have I seen this? And then it took me a while, and then I think it might have been weeks afterwards. We were like on season 4 at that point, and I was like, Carol told me, that was it. But yeah, so if you get the chance to watch, see if again. I personally I did enjoy it. If you guys are watch Inside Number 9. But see if again, I personally quite enjoyed it. It'll have like certain actors that you'll notice is scattered through British and Irish comedy pop up, but the main two characters are him and Reece Shearsmith, who I'm trying to think who you might know from, but no, it's only no, you won't know from anything. But yeah, so. But yeah, no, there was one he didn't do too much until right at the end, be like, "Oh yeah, this is all the information I've been hiding from you idiots." But yeah, okay. I think we should talk about River Song and the Doctor. So, I think I did quite well to keep my emotions in check. I cried.
I could hear you whimpering.
At one point, I can't remember what point it was. It's just this episode triggers a lot in me, and I think it's the dialogue, it's these two, and it's the music. It's everything about it. I'm just like it just punches me in the heart. So your theory that your theory that Cal was in a book. It wasn't necessarily she was in a book, but it's she had all the books at her disposal. So you thought that, and you still think, and it is a possibility, don't get me wrong, but do you still believe that she is his companion?
She might start off as it.
And then...
they get married or something.
Okay.
Because, well, definitely they're together or something. I don't know, and I feel like given your screwdriver, I don't know. Maybe the Doctor's dead. And I don't think we're going to see her again. I feel like that's our end of the show thing.
Okay. I get that. No, absolutely fair enough. That's fair enough. What I will say now, you said that it's companion, and that is, it's you think they're going to get something down the line, and but you don't think it's something that's done yet, or can be done, or might ever be shown.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you feel about? How do you feel about the Doctor having a possible wife?
I think that's cool.
Okay. Now, are you happy that it's River Song and not Rose? In this...
Yes.
That hurt you a little bit. Why is that?
Because Rose is only a young girl.
Alex Kinston's gorgeous, though.
She is.
She's aged so well.
So is Rose.
But, well...
I know, she's less jarring, she's smart. She's wifey
material. Okay, so you know what I think it works, the idea of it, right, is that usually what happens is that you sort of get these people come into the Doctor's life and they're sort of taken aback by everything and everyone around them, and it's like, oh my god, time and space, blah blah, and sort of like, and he becomes that sort of that figure for them where it's like, oh my god, I always look up to you and I can't handle myself, and then you need to save me. It's always the damsel in distress. And then maybe they have some aspects where it's like, oh, but they kind of are not on a level terms with the Doctor.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like this works because at this point either they're level or she's above him because she's
everything.
She's experienced everything and he doesn't.
Yeah.
So I think that's how it works. It would work, you know. But yeah, so I mean, the moments for me that stand, well, all this whole episode stands out, but that moment where she whispers to him. Now, I asked you, what do you think it was? And you said obviously like Gallifrey or something to do with his homeworld like that, but it was his name.
Yeah.
Now, you know that the Doctor's name isn't actually the Doctor.
Yeah.
But no one knows what the Doctor's real name is. Well, in the show, because it's just a title, the Doctor.
Yeah.
So again, it's one of those moments where again it's acted. The music's great, cinematography's great, the acting's great. It's so well where you just the whisper, you don't hear it, and then the music kicks in, where it's like that ethereal sort of like whatever the fuck, and then you just see his face where he's just like,
oh shit.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. So,
yeah,
we'll see.
I just don't think I think that's also a thing because I don't think you'll ever find out the Doctor's name, so I don't think she's going to be seen again because you would find out if you did the whole journey of them two together, you'd find out his name. I feel like, and I don't think that's a known thing, so I don't think she is going to be back in it.
Okay. I was going to say something else there and I've lost it. Okay, fair enough. Now, let's talk about her knocking him the fuck out. That one bang, she got a run up on it as well, by the way.
Yeah.
She got a run up. She had to reach high for that David Tennant's fucking long face. That's all the way up there. But then, my shoulder! God, I'm so tough. But then, sorry, I'm seeing all this stuff pop up here. Yeah, but then obviously then it comes to her sacrifice.
Yeah.
So if you take in what she was saying that obviously she knew that he didn't have a chance and neither did her, so she was sacrificing herself. But that whole idea that is that he knew, the Doctor knew, her Doctor knew that it was her time. Now, again, in this whole sort of idea of like morality and stuff like that, imagine knowing that you're, again, not converting anything like that, but, or if I know anything, but your possible wife is going to die and then not saying anything.
Yeah, it's
kind of fucked up.
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. He didn't say anything, but Jesus, that would be really hard.
Yeah.
For him.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
He's the Doctor. He's got loads of thoughts on his mind, I'm sure. So
yeah.
he survived up until now. So
yeah,
I'm sure he was all right.
I mean, and what it is what it's that what I think that Moffat does so well with his writing. Again, this is like me Moffat like that, right? But I think he understands the Doctor better than most, and that he is adventurous. He's crazy. He's fun. He's lovely. He's adorable. He's also scary. Like that point where he was like, you just killed someone I like, and that's not a safe place to stand.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're in the biggest library in the world. Look me up. Bam. Yeah. Like you said, the aura. Like that's being he does so well with these sort of things, but he understands the Doctor so well because again, is that what he puts into words is what we know from this revival of Doctor Who, where he is sort of saying he's not saying like it's an awful lot of running. Someone else said that stuff, but it's like sort of like you and me, time and space. You watch us run. It's just something simple as that. What he does with all the companions, it's so well put. But as you know now, is that the Doctor turns up on a doorstep, where a haircut and a new suit, and gives it a screwdriver, and it's just like he does it to be like, I don't know what's the best way to put it. He knows the Doctor's a bastard man, so I've got stuff to go through about the Always Sunny quiz. But yeah, do you know
that already happened?
Yeah, I already did it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, did it.
Damn.
Yeah, because you're working.
I wasn't working.
I know. I didn't want either. Anyway. Yeah, is that he knows the Doctor's a bastard man, but also, and that's what's one of those things where he sort of helps to contain that he knew all these things, but he's doing it because he has to, because timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly and stuff like that. But then in doing so, he then still gives her that's the screwdriver that eventually saves her life. Well, saves her life. So yeah. It's like, again, it's the loophole. He'll try and find a loophole somehow, especially all that time. Because if, let's for example, if she didn't have that screwdriver, she just died like that. The Doctor would walked off, and he wouldn't have run back for that screwdriver. He would have just walked off and gone, she's dead. Because the future one's been able to go like, right, I've experienced this as my beginning with River Song. I can now go bam 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 bam. Oh, I got it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say, even though Moffat punched us in the heart a couple of times, he did end on a nice note, which he did in the Doctor Dances. I don't know if you remember the Doctor Dances with Christopher Eccleston with. Yeah, oh yeah, you do. Are you my mummy? But the bit
Yeah,
when he's like
yeah.
literally when he sends out the nanogenes, he's like, justice once everybody lives.
Yeah.
Like that. So again, he in that series, that was like one of those moments where I was like, oh shit, okay. At that point, I was like, does everyone die in Doctor Who? And then as it's gone, I was like, oh, but everyone dies in Doctor Who. So when he does these sort of moments, again, this one is that everyone, even River Song's that everyone knows that everyone dies, but no one knows it more than the Doctor. So again, he knows what it's like to lose people. But that hope of saving her, like even that, like when he's running, I think I whimpered then as well when he's running. Was like, you and me, one last run. I was like,
I heard, yeah, to be honest, I heard you whimpering a few times.
a few times, yeah. I because you know what it is, I don't want to sort of like be like, so I'm trying my best not to be like doing the ugly face. So when I'm not doing them, so the hope, I guess the hope in this is that, you know, you just gotta hope that you have a time traveling husband that will then save you years later. But again, it just shows the relentlessness of the Doctor of not wanting to let go, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, and of course it had to be dramatic, him jumping through. Again, I think it looks cool, but him jumping through the platform is probably going at the exact same speed of him standing on the platform. Just saying. But yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's one of those ones that it's kind of like this one kind of, again, remember, just reminds you of Madame de Pompadour episode with the girl in the fireplace, where it was afterwards, where you were like, and you were googling to see how good looking she was, and she was fuck ugly. Well,
that was the most heartbreaking part.
Yeah. so there's that, but this one is a little bit, again, it's your torture between the hope and the loss of it all. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. But again, but overall, you thought this episode was great. What do you think of this two-parry?
It is up there with the best
the
best of what I've seen
overall in New Who.
Yeah,
I thought as much. I'm gonna assume this blows away the other ones this series.
Yeah,
because I think your favorite ones, if we're going through it in my head, it was the Fat. That's I'm trying to describe it as we go. So Fat, Pompeii. You love that one. The Ood, Sontarans, Doctor's Daughter. Hold on, have I missed one? Fat.
Blink.
That was season 3. So hold on. Fat.
Was it?
No, Blink was season 3. So you have Fat. I may have just miscounted. I've forgotten the second episode now. Fat, Pompeii, Ood.
Again.
What?
Ood again was a two-part.
No. Sontarans. Yeah, Sontarans was the two-parter. Yeah. Then it was Doctor's Daughter. Then it was episode 1. Yes, it was. Yeah. So out of all these are easily these two being those ones.
Yeah.
I won't bother trying to get you to pick which one's your favourite out of these two episodes, because I feel like two-parters, it's so hard to rate.
Do that,
you can't, because the first one, it just sets up the second one so much. Some people argue with Moffat sometimes. They're like, oh, he doesn't know how to do two-parters. So that's some of the arguments people say, which I don't agree with. Maybe some are better than the others. Alright, that's the neighbour. I thought it was someone chasing you, but it's the neighbours having a race. I think she's pulled a knee. Same, babe. Same. So put two verses. But yeah, people say that, but I think that some are better than the others, and I feel like that pops up in the future. But overall, he's just a magnificent writer. And what I find funny is that people, you're going to find, again, this is going to be kind of a spoiler, but not a spoiler for you. With every sort of different showrunner and things like that, there's always toxic people. Always, as you can imagine on the internet. And with Doctor Who, the fandom is kind of can be a little bit arseholey. Like with any fandom, with the stands and stuff like that. So what I like about Moffat is I think he recognised how toxic the fandom is. And he kind of, obviously most people leave. And he did leave, eventually. But he left on a high and all that sort of stuff. But he left. But what is that he's on Twitter and he's just hiding on Twitter and just comments now and again. And then someone was talking about how who should be the new showrunner for when Russell T Davies steps down from New Who. And someone was just like, "Oh, anyone but Bob Moffat, please, dear God." And he commented underneath it going like, "Oh yeah, cheers." Like, sort of like being a little sassy comment. I was like, "All right, Moffat, all right." Like, so he's in the company, he's seen the hate, even though he has been showrunner for years, and he's just like, "All right, dickhead." He didn't call him dick. I can't remember what he said. But he also was like, sort of like, "Why would I also come back to shit like this?"
Oh.
Like, you know, as in like
the
fandom,
base,
yeah. So yeah, so overall, there's that. But this episode, these episodes, it is what it is. I think we're just going to keep on repeating. And rather than keep on repeating, I think we should just call it. Unless there's anything you want to just get off your chest at this moment.
No, I think it's best not to speak about it. I think just leave it as
you were about
like
to
not
Rose,
to,
weren't you?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Dewey Cox, The Untold Story? I feel like I showed you that.
Oh, maybe you did.
It's the one where they make fun of Walk the Line. I did show you that one. It's the one where with John C. Reilly. It's where he's playing. He's not pretending, but it's a just rip off of Johnny Cash of Walk the Line, and it's Dewey Cox Walk Hard. The Dewey Cox Walk Hard, something like that. And basically, it's just him just being a rock star, but. Just watch it. And there's a bit with his wife. Basically, sort of like is his wife that is like in the film and other things. It's sort of like the wife doesn't believe in him, and she'll say that once or something like that. Twice throughout the whole film, his wife when he's married is just sort of like, "You're never gonna make it, Dewey," and he's already like a multi-millionaire. And he's like, and she's like, "Well, I've already won." He's like, "Just give up." That's what I feel like I want to be saying to you about Rose. So that's a long way of basically saying what I was going to say. Watch Dewey Cox. Anyway, we're going to leave it there, guys. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like the video. Comment down below. What do you think of this episode? What do you think of this two-parter? What do you firstly, also, spoilers. Second, what do you think of spoilers, actually?
That was
great little thing. That again, another gift thrown out there from most people. That the show comes up throughout the show, just the word spoilers now. So it's a great gift. Anyway, what do you think, again, spoilers of everything, of, you know, of Donna and the whole conundrum of, you know, her being in a reality but not really in a reality, about Lee and his stutter, about her worried about where she is in the future, the Doctor and River. What do you think of that? What do you think of this episode? Introductions, Vash Narada, everything. Let me know. Camera's going out of focus. You're a fucker. There we go. So you call it a fucker and the camera goes into focus. So comment down below. If you like these types of videos, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, get a notification every time I upload. A bunch of other videos around here to do me and other people. I do Doctor Who reactions with him. They're released every 2 weeks on a Saturday. But I also do Doctor Who reactions by myself. I did Shooty's first season and his 2 Christmas specials, and by the time this comes out, I would have started his season 2. I also do reactions to Marvel. I do the MCU. I did the films, Phase 1 to 3, the Infinity Saga. I did those with my mate Josh. They're all up there. He'd only seen a couple of films. They're a little bit rough, but they're still good. I also do the shows, have done since Moon Knight. Most recently, by the time this comes out, would be Daredevil Born Again and Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And coming up, I'll be doing Ironheart. I also do Star Wars reactions. Have done since Obi-Wan. By the time this comes out, yeah, it's still the Skeleton Crew that I would have was the most recent one I watched. I do weekly reactions to the Bad Batch. And I actually would have started Andor Season 2. Other reactions to do is DC stuff, Creature Commandos and the Penguins. The Penguins? Multiple Penguins. The Penguin. I'll be doing their other shows when they come out. Other things I've done recently that I'll be reacting to at this time will be Last of Us Season 2. But coming up, I'll be doing Fallout Season 2. And other shows like... what's it called? Yeah, that's it. Remember that shit? Yeah. So I'm trying to stall to remember. The Boys! There we go. Season 5. House of the Dragon Season 2, Season 3, Rings of Power Season 3. I keep on seeing, oh god, anyway. If anything like that, guys, sounds like it takes your fancy, have a look around in the channel, like, subscribe, notification about all that jazz. But thank you again for watching, and we'll see you out there.
Yeah.
Yeah?